What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode. The next episode of us playing a little bit of the Wild 8. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and try to make it a little bit further. As I recall, our objective was to make it to some kind of bridge or something like that, if I remember correctly. So what I was thinking about... Oh, shit. We're getting chewed on. Yep, these things happen. These things do happen. I'm going to murder this wolf real fast because why not? There we go. He's down. So we took care of business right there. They still haven't added a key, so they've patched a couple of times, but they still haven't added a key that lets you see stuff that's on the ground. Oh, I have a med kit? We'll just use that then to get it out of my inventory. That sounds great. And then we'll take some of this raw meat right here. Yeah, it's not a good idea to eat it raw. It's probably a great way to end up with some kind of strange wolf sickness. Oh my god, there are wolves everywhere. We are just surrounded and inundated by wolves. Although we did get a defensive point right there, so that's nice. Ooh, that's one of the big mean ones, though. I don't want to mess with him, I don't think. Yeah, let's not play that game. I'm going to run back inside of here. And I think I have a campfire over in this corner where we can actually get ourselves back up to ship shape. I don't know why we want the human body to be in a ship shape. But you know what? We're going to try and make it happen because, damn it, we are survivors. We are playing as Cole here today. And I think we have a chance to make this all work. I'm going to put on a floppy ear hat real fast. Oh, shit, there's another wolf right there, and he's a dick. Well, here, give me some health back. Did he, like, sneak through the gate right there? Like, how did he get in here? Put that right there. I want my cooked meat. How did he get in there? Oh, man, I didn't see him before. See, I tried to play a little bit just to reacclimate myself with the controls because I haven't played in about a week and a half. But I wasn't expecting there to be, like, a big bad wolf inside of here. We definitely have kind of a... like a fairy tale, Little Red Riding Hood thing, or Little Red Riding Hood. There we go. It's not Little Red Robbing Hood. It's Little Red Riding Hood. He's looking at me, though. Oh, but I need that heat. Okay, so let's just bail out of here. I don't think I want to be here anymore. And if I can lose some of these guys, like maybe on the helicopter or inside the forest, I'd be okay with it. We also killed another wolf over here, so there's some raw meat for later. Ooh, and a bone. There's a bone on the ground, but I can't use that right now. I'm thinking the best thing we could possibly do is head back to camp and just stash some of this stuff in our inventory for later. Like, we do have a stash house back there that I think will be useful in the long term, if not right now. So how far out am I? Pretty far out, in all honesty, but I think we can make it work. So let me start working my way back south. We'll come back once I've got everything put inside of a storage chest. I think that it's probably a bad idea to wander around in the current state that I'm in. I'm going to eat some food to get my health back, and then we'll rejoin this once I'm back on the road and searching around for good things to happen, alright? Home again, home again. It's time to see what got retained in between playthroughs. So it looks like with our save game, it actually took all mention of a lot of our... So if we take a look at the map here, it's removed all of our campfires from the map, except for the one that I just built a minute ago. That's a little bit of a bummer, and that does concern me a tiny bit. But I think we should be okay as long as we, like, stick with it. I may make, like, a halfway point as well. I'm going to put that right there so that I can stay warm while I sleep. That is actually, like, functionally one of the best places you can put your tent when you do this, because then you can sleep nonstop and then not have to worry about the cold. It's really, really good. Aside from that, I'm going to take a look at these chests over here. And we need to store some stuff. So pickaxe can go in there. Machete can go in there for sure. I'm going to keep the harpoon with me. This is basically going to be our weapons chest. I will bring a generator with me, oddly enough, because we always end up needing a generator every time I don't have one. I could rock the helmet, but that's going to use up inventory space that I don't really have for other stuff. We have enough food. I mean, we can scavenge for the most part without too many problems, so I'll probably keep a lot of the food on me. What do we have in terms of resources? So we got a couple of stims for adrenaline right there. We got a baseball bat, a winter cap, a whole bunch of healing items, actually, which I will take out of there. We have a campfire right here. And in order to do the thing that I want to do, let me rebuild my workshop very rapidly. We'll tear it down in a moment. Tear it all down, because we're anarchists like that. I've been getting into Shadowrun a little bit, you know. We can make it happen like that. We don't have any bones or any sinews or anything like that. We could make an enhanced stone axe had we the right things. A bone pickaxe would be good as well. I think I could live with that. What's the durability like on that? It gets an extra 10. Okay, that's not bad. We could also make iron stuff if we get a little bit further down the tech tree. But all that I actually wanted was healing salve. So if we can make that happen, that would be what I would lean into, because that's going to give us options as far as healing goes. And they stack up to 8, so that sounds great. I'm also going to put that inside the medical chest because I don't need to carry around 2 stacks of healing items with me. We've got 2 extra slots for gear. That's all right. I think that'll work out, although I think the big question that I've got right now is should I leave the helmet behind? leaving the helmet behind is the thing that I'm very much sort of on the fence about. In addition, I would like to build some more armor and some more shoes. So wooden armor is going to cost me 40. Those are going to cost me 20. Sounds good since we have like an infinite supply of random stuff around. I'd also like to, I don't want to use, so if I could keep, let me get the machete back actually. The machete will be useful for what I'm about to do. So if I can get the machete back, put the harpoon in there for just a moment. And what I'll do is we'll chop a couple of these trees over here. Now, I was hoping what would happen is that would carry through when I was swinging, and it would give me double wood right there. Didn't work out that way. Little depressed about it, too. I think I may have to reevaluate my life now that that didn't work. Little upset, but we've been doing a number on this forest over here. There used to be a lot of forest over by this plain. Now there's no longer a forest by this plain. It just doesn't exist anymore. Keep on chopping until we have maybe 2 stacks of wood, because we are going to go through them very, very rapidly, and then we'll get back out on the road. And in fact, I'm going to cut east this time so that the exploration is a tiny bit more interesting. Maybe we find some new buildings or something like that. It'll be cool. I'm going to use this food ration to get myself all nice and topped off. Probably could have waited till my hunger meter got a little bit lower. We only utilized about 60-70% of that. Let's go ahead and pack you up right here. We do have stuff for a stone axe, so since I don't want to use the machete anymore, I'll put that in, and then we'll take that out. We'll equip it. We'll put the machete back in. We've got a stone axe just in case we need to chop wood. Inventory is still kind of full. So you know what? I'm going to leave the helmet behind. We might need it for bigger fights, but for right now, it's not a thing that I want to carry around with me. We'll pack that up. We will pack this up for the road as well. Oh, good. We've got food inside of there, too. So I was actually worried a little bit about food. I wasn't quite sure what my food supply was looking like. We could run down some rabbits and kill them off, start working on leather and things of that nature. Could probably actually spend some time. Let me rebuild my shelter, and let's take a look at the level ups that we got available, because I know we've gotten skill points around here somewhere, so it might be a good idea to see what advancements we can go with. So we've got defensive upgrades. I'm going to go ahead and take that one right there. We don't have any backpack upgrades. Movement speed. Let me go ahead and increase my sprint time, too. This is the first time we've actually made it this far down the tech tree. So I think we're in, Murphy's Law, knocking on wood and everything, that we're in decent shape for some solid exploration right now. We still can't fight bears or the big mean wolves, but we do okay when it comes to, like, the normal wolves and a lot of the other little stuff around here. We get hurt a little bit, but we tend to be all right. What happens with a boar if I fight him? Like, how much does he hurt? Oh, pigs aren't that bad. I thought the pig was going to be a lot worse than he turned out to be. Run down that pig. And if I can kill him off, maybe he'll drop something nice. I don't want that tree, but he's got a little bit of that right there. Did he drop anything else, or was it just the raw? He dropped 2 raw meats. I was hoping he'd drop leather or something so that I could make myself like some new gloves or like some new boots or something, because our other ones, we actually wore through them. As of right now, we're wearing snowshoes that are made out of like wooden stuff, and that doesn't strike me as being particularly useful. All right, so sprinty time. Let's get back out here and do some exploration. There's another camp. I wonder if it'll add it to the map if I light it. It will not. Okay, so weirdly enough, it's removed all of my campfires from the map. Little bit of a bummer. I had hoped that it would keep our infrastructure, because we spent a lot of time like building up this infrastructure and having like all these spots filled in. So it's a little bit of a bummer that it got rid of that, but I can live with it. It was kind of clogging up the map anyways. I was actually faced with the fact that I was making a lot of campfires. But you've got to make networks in this game. That's the thing, is you make like little thermal networks basically, so that you can sprint in between them and just like hope for the best the entire time. Got a bunny right there. Don't have the sprint remaining to kill him though. I want to. Believe me, it's not a matter of motivation. It's a matter of I just don't have the things required. A radio tower. So yeah, there's our radio tower. I'm going to keep going east, because east sounds like the plan to me. I could kill a few more boars. They do stand their ground, which makes them easier to hunt than a lot of the other stuff, but it'll probably be all right. Let's just see how far we can go on our current supply. We've got extra cans of food and everything anyways inside of our bags, so stopping off over here doesn't strike me as a amazing strategy for getting things done. So from here on in, we are in kind of a blind zone. We're going to be trying to figure out what's available. We got a wolf over here. I am going to fight him, if nothing else, for the offensive upgrades. There we go. He's down. He gave us a bone, so that's pretty good. We've also got some raw meat right there. I was hoping for tendons or maybe something else, but I can accept that. Eat some food to get the health back up, because I get the feeling we're probably going to be doing a lot more fighting. I mean, my hands are calloused from all the stabbing and wolf murder that I've been doing. All the worder, if you will. It's a technical term used only by zoologists. the act of killing wolves. It's called worder. It's what you do when you go out. Every now and again, as a biologist, you just got to accept that while you're exploring and learning about birds or butterflies or whatever the shit else it is you're doing, every now and again a wolf got to go. Every now and again a wolf got to go. And this is not a choice we make lightly. This is not a choice. Oh, we found a thing over here. New building. Okay. Well, there's a wolf right here, and he needs to get tagged. We are bleeding, but I can get my health back up by using one of my... I need to find a way to warm up and fast. Well, hell, we have this trendy little invention that Caveman came up with called fire. Caveman is a lesser-known superhero. You guys may or may not know about him based on his attributes. I'm going to eat food to get my health back up just because I don't see the point in wasting my medical supplies. We should get a decent amount of health back from that anyways. We'll start cooking up some foodses. That'll give us a little bit of a gap, and it'll clear out an inventory space, which is the really, really important part for me. Come on, cook that meat. There needs to be a cooking skill in this game with how much time you spend cooking. What does that say? Reach the bridge? Yeah, toggle that as my active. I need to know where I'm headed right now, and it looks like that's the location that it sort of wants me to go to, although I think I've been there already. That looks like a boat that's been hijacked over here. We went inside of there, and that's where we lit off. We turned the power back on. And so I do like the exploratory aspects of this game. I love the fact that the map is out there, it's open, and it's ready for you to explore, and you can do it at any pace that you really, really want. I think that that's actually going to be one of the more attractive things that people fall in with in this game. And if there's actually randomized locations that only show up on certain maps and not others, that are not vital to advancement of the plot, but are the only locations that you can get certain like rare items and stuff like that, I think that'd be a cool advancement too. Alright, so our health is back up. Let's go ahead and step up inside of here. We want to be very careful about bearses, though. Like, every time we come to locations like this, there's always, like, a bear or something else that wants to chew on me. I am not in the mood today. There's a wolf right there, but we can handle that. Wolves are no problem. I'm going to rotate real fast, make sure there's nothing hiding under the eaves and the little gabley things inside of here. I don't see anything that's jumping out at me as particularly useful inside of here. Can we cross that right there? Oh, dude, that's such a risk. I don't know if I want to do it. There's a syringe with adrenaline. Ooh, a free harpoon. I think my harpoon's starting to get towards the end of its durability, so that's, well, it's getting there, but an extra one never hurts. Just in case we got to rearm ourselves after this is all over. The syringes with adrenaline I typically stay away from. So is that walkable right there? It looks like it is. You just got to be a little bit brave, I suppose. And is this where we're going to find the real loot? This is where we're going to find the good shit, right? We're going to find, like, the parka over here, right? There's a food ration. I don't have a whole lot of stacks of that. Several food rations, so I'll grab those. There's a med kit, which would probably be more useful than some of the stuff we have on us right now. But inventory space is so limited that it's a little bit rough to try to decide what you want to have. We're going to sprint across it this time because we're badasses like that. So there are some syringes and things left over here that I think will be useful at a future time. We've also got wolves, boars, and everything else over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build myself a shelter so that we can ride out this storm. We have no idea how long this one's going to be. So we might as well get in here, do our thing. I will go... Let's increase our sprint time. We haven't gotten to the 4th level right there. We do have some extra offensive speed, though, so I'm going to increase my attack speed for once, and then we're just going to sleep right here and see what happens. Freeze our meters for a bit and see if maybe we can avoid freezing our asses off in this blizzard, because they do come in quite a lot. I would love to upgrade this thing one more time, but I think it requires stuff that I don't have. In fact, now that the storm is broken, I can take a look and figure that out. Can I eat inside of here? I can't eat inside of here. So we've got 3 meats right there. Okay. Canned food might be the easiest way to get this done, because that'll kill off a food slot very, very rapidly. I'm going to pack that up for the moment. We've got a wolf over here that needs to be dealt with. I'm going to reorient my camera so that I'm not quite as blind as I am right now. We are a little bit cold at the moment, but that location turned out to be alright. It says there's something right here, but I don't see it. What is it saying is right here? Is it like an underground bunker or something? Interesting. I wonder if that's just the nature of the fact that the game uses cells in order to populate, and that little map piece takes up 2 cells. maybe. What's going on over here? On that wolf life. Ow, we're getting whooped on right now. Ooh, that big hit, though. Yeah, give it to him. Let him have it. Let him find out about us and what we're all about. And then I'm going to build another campfire over here because we don't have a choice. I'm going to have to chop some wood fairly shortly. So I probably could have done better by putting this next to... Well, probably could have done better by putting that somewhere a little bit more useful. But since we've got our... I'm not going to pick up that meat. I'm not going to pick up that meat. I don't think it's useful to me. I am, however, going to build my workshop real fast. And if I can make a better axe, that's something that I would be interested in. We have no storm coming in right now, so that's a plus. We do have a little bit of time to play with here to get our rest and sucker and supply back up. Perfect. No more wolves, right? Just a deer over here? Just a chill-ass deer? Good. You're not a violent deer. Violent deer are hard to deal with. You know, I've heard he's got family problems. That's the big thing, is that I feel bad for the deer, because I heard, you know, most of his violence and his anger seems to spawn from a really, really dark place as far as some of his, you know, relationships go. People have used him and abused him. People have used him and abused him. That much is true. But that doesn't give him the right to go off on the rest of the world. You feel me? Yada to feel, yada to know, yada to seen. I'm going to drop this. There we go. Throw that. If I put this... There we go. Put that in my offhand. We'll keep the 2 harpoons. I don't need that axe for right now because I am going to make myself a much, much better one. We're going to make a bone axe here. Technically, we can make some cool... We can make a bone spear, which is pretty dope, but it's only 13 to 18 damage, and I think ours is doing 16 to 22, so we'll leave that as kind of a desperation tool. Now we've got a bone axe, and that cleared out our inventory, too. So I'm going to put that in my 2 slot right there. I am going to start eating these energy bars. I think we've got too many sources of food around us that we're just not utilizing, and they're starting to pack up and stack up. And since we've got so much meat inside of our inventory anyways, I'm just going to leave it alone for right now. We probably want to start moving towards the north. I do hope that they consider making the isometric camera zoom out like maybe 20-25% further. Right now it feels a little overly zoomed in. I would like the ability to zoom out not a lot further because that would be cheesy, but a little bit further. Just a tiny bit further. I find myself wanting to be like 10 feet higher up in the air, 20 feet higher up in the air to look at my character just so I can get a better feel for my surroundings. Let me have a look at the map. Well, we're making our way over there. I mean, we haven't gotten a whole lot stronger during the course of this adventure. We have leveled up a little bit. There's a mean wolf over there. I don't know how to deal with him, so I'm just going to drop that where it is right now. And... there's a lake over here. There's a pig right there. I was hoping that was not a pit. You can fall into pits and just like die and lose your stuff. It's brutal. It can be super, super nasty. And sometimes the pits kind of look a little bit like lakes and rivers and stuff. So it's made me nervous about walking up on them. We're looking at... well, we're not that far out right now. Can I get some leather from you? You want to drop some pig leather? Just so I can craft a little bit? There. No, that's a tendon. Never mind. I don't need that. I'm going to leave the tendon behind because it doesn't matter. Heal myself up. Use another candy bar. I probably could have hit 2 birds with 1 stone right there, but I decided to be inefficient because I've got a huge supply of stones anyways. 40 of them, as a matter of fact. 40 of them. Let's drop another fire right here. There is something up on that ridge right there that looks a little bit hostile, so I'm going to stay away from it. There's also an enemy wolf right there. I may stand my ground with these wolves and see if I can take one of the tough ones out, because I've got healing salves, so that might work. Like if I could kite him around a little bit, maybe kill one of the big nasties. That did utilize a lot of my resting supply though. But when we killed him, we got what looks like a whole bunch of bones. Actually, the loot there wasn't that great. I was sincerely hoping for like some leather or something, like a rarer resource for the amount that I just spent in order to fight that thing. I don't think we're quite ready yet. They just hit really, really hard, and I think we're going to need new gear before that becomes a tangible option. Wood supplies are a tiny bit low, so why not? Let's get in here and chop down a tree just to get that topped off. Good. We will drop the remainder inside of there to free up the inventory slot. I'm going to eat a candy bar, which actually the candy bar does not cause us to regenerate that much. I've been storing these candy bars for a long-ass time, and they turned out to not really be that great of an item. The harpoon is not good enough for us to fight big wolves, though. So keep that in mind. We are at a little bit of a disadvantage. I'm going to start picking up northern herbs along the way. Oh, shitty Maka. Okay, well, blizzard came through. Maybe we can weather the storm. I'm not very interested. I hope that they added an option as well that leaves your map zoomed out so that you don't have to zoom it every single time you want to do anything. It's just a little thing that bugs me, but because the game stays active while you're in your map or whatever, it'd be nice if it saved your previous configuration just so you can avoid getting run up on by a wolf or whatever while you're looking at the map, you know, because you're sitting there trying to zoom it out and whatnot. We are more than likely going to have to make ourselves... So that's a big wolf right there. Probably don't want to play around with him for the moment. Yeah, we'll warm up in just a second, bud. So we need to go straight north from here is our next plan. We'll drop a campfire off on this side to expand our network and make it a little bit easier to survive. I'm going to light that campfire, but ooh, look at that thing taking hits right now. That thing is really having trouble staying lit. It's okay. I'm lit enough for the both of us. I can share. We are going to need some new stone pretty soon, too. I should have taken that tendon so I could make a pickaxe along the way. Probably would have helped. Eat another candy bar, and that's another inventory space saved. What do I have? Oh, shit, big wolf. Right on time, though. I mean, if the storm had stayed any longer, that would have been bad news bearses. Eat the berries, keep the health moving on up. Anything we can salvage along the way is something that I'm interested in. So we wanted to go mostly north from here while avoiding conflict. We got another mobility point, so that's really, really good. I thought that deer was a wolf. I got jumpy. We're out of supplies right now. I'm real brazen when I got tons of healing items and whatnot. But when I don't have healing items, I start getting real, real sketchy. Ooh, there's a thing over here. Is it a wolf? What is that? Dark matter. Enter the underground corridor. Yeah, but there's a bear over here. Thought there was a book sitting on that log right there for a second. Try and avoid falling on my face right now because you do take falling damage in this game. There's another corridor. Let's have a look. Some more werewolves? I don't know. If there are, this looks pretty serious, or at least it used to be. We'll explore this one in the next episode. This is the Wild 8. I hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. I think the game is pretty swell and pretty cool. I hope that you share the same opinion. If not, give it some time. See how it develops. There are rough edges on this game, but I think if they get smoothed out, it'll be a really, really cool title. Hi to everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.